What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. I have a very fun one for you guys today. If you guys remember when I did my mystery box unboxing from Cool Hockey, I actually got a size 50 prime green Buffalo Sabres home jersey, which is actually behind me. But if you guys remember, and you guys have been on the channel for a while and you've been watching for a bit, you would also know I already had a Buffalo Sabres home jersey in the Climalite, I believe it's called, and it's size 46, so it is a size smaller. I was a little disappointed, definitely bummed. I'm still not 100% sure what I'm going to do. I got some people who would like to buy it, some people who want to trade it, and I've been contemplating doing a giveaway. So I haven't still 100% decided what my plans are with the jersey, but one thing I did think of, and I actually saw post-to-post comment on the video, is to do a good comparison. And I was actually thinking about that before he commented, and then I was kind of on fence. I was like, is it really worth it? And then he commented, and I was like, you know what? Let's do it. And I'm kind of glad I did, because there's one specific thing, really one thing big that I noticed is different. And it's kind of big, but kind of still subtle. And I'm excited to tell you guys. But before we get further into it though, as always, if you guys are new to the channel, I'd love if you get subscribed. Like the video if you enjoyed. Now let's hop into it. So I took the photos with my phone here, and I tried to compare a few things. The first off, when I first got them, I thought they could have been different shades of yellow. You can see, this is the Aeroready size 50 or 46. And I thought originally they were different shade yellow. I actually had one jersey here and one kind of off to my right. These ones are off to my left. These ones off to the side here are ones that I'm actually considering selling. So I had the Aeroready over there just because I didn't want to have it behind me. And I was looking at it, I'm like, these are kind of different shades. So I'll have a photo on the screen here. Actually, turns out they aren't. They're the exact same shades. The only difference is, and I'll actually have a different photo on the screen here. You might be a little bit confused at what this photo is, or these two photos are, and I'll explain it. So what I've done is I turned the jersey inside out. So I took the bottom of the jersey, like I'll show you. I took the bottom of the jersey and I folded it up and put it against the logo. Now what my goal for this was to see how thick or thin the jerseys are in comparison, because you can feel it. I'm wearing one right now. The prime green jerseys feel so much thinner. Now that's good and bad. It's good for players because it's more breathable, but honestly, it feels thin that it could get punctured. Like it could actually get a hole in it. And what you can see from these photos, I'm looking at them at the same time as you guys, is the photo you guys will have on your left is the prime green one. Now you'll notice these photos are taken directly beside each other, same lighting, same pretty much everything. It's lighter on the underside, and you can actually see through to the logo a lot better than the other Climalite one, which you guys can see on the right. Now you could say my photos are bunk or whatever you may think, but I'm gonna be honest with you, it looks so much clearer in real life. When I was looking at these and I had them inside out and trying to look through it, it's actually so much clearer in real life at how much thinner the prime green is. Now take that for what you want. I'm not saying that's good. I'm not saying that's bad. It's just an observation that I made. I know I've owned a few prime greens and I felt them and I'm like, yeah, they definitely are thinner. You can feel it. But actually doing this test and trying to see the logo through the jersey revealed how much thinner they actually are. Now, like I said, this is nor good or bad. It's just an observation I made. Now let's hop on to the next part that I wanted to show you guys, and it's the logo. Now, prime greens are known for having very intricate logos and changing the logos of jerseys quite a bit. As you guys already know, before prime green even came out, Buffalo probably had one of the better logos in the NHL on a jersey. It had the most detail, I would say, and it just was the best looking, in my opinion, as far as detail goes in the NHL. And it's the same thing with prime green. There really is only one minor detail I noticed with the two. So it's really hard to show in photo. I'll put photos on the screen and then I'll try to show you guys here in the live recording here and see if I can show you. But it's definitely noticeable in person. But this isn't the most noticeable change. So the first photo on the screen here you guys will see, this one is prime green. Now, it's very hard to see. But look at the blade. So the top part of the blade, you see how the blade's kind of split? The top part of the blade is actually a darker gray than the bottom part of the blade to kind of show a bit of lighting and dimension to the blade, to show that the light is hitting the bottom part of the blade and the top part of the blade kind of isn't in light and it's just darker. But if you look at the next photo I have here, this is the Climalite one, and it's actually the same color all around on the blade. There isn't that little bit of color change to show dimension. It's literally just all one color. And I'm going to be 100% honest with you here. That's the only difference I noticed in the logo, and it's not a big one. So let me try to show you here. You can see this one is the Climalite one. So you can see here. I hope you guys can see that logo there. I'll try to zoom in, but it's all one color. Like the swords are all one color. Now let's take this one for example, which is our prime green, and you guys can see, I hope you can see it, the swords are slightly different color. It actually even looks like it's different material sewn onto the jersey. It's actually very hard to explain, but in certain lighting it looks different. Now I could be capping, like I could be tripping, but that's what I've noticed. Another thing I've noticed with prime green is they can wrinkle, okay? Like you can even see it hung up here. I don't know how blurry it is, but because they're thinner, they actually become a lot more wrinkled. I noticed, like when I hang up my prime greens, you can see all the creases in it. My Aeroreadies or Climalite ones, you can't really at all. Like they're a lot thicker, so they hold their shape a lot better. All right, let's go into the most dramatic difference that I've noticed here, and I've been saving this one for last. So you can see the photo on the screen here. We got two sleeves, okay? These are sleeves. Granted, they are different sides. One side here is the left sleeve, and the other one's the right sleeve, because I have the jerseys side by side. I'm not going to tell you guys which one here is the size 46 and which one here is the size 50 prime green. I'm just going to explain the differences here if you can't see it already. So I have the jerseys lined up perfectly. I have the striping at the top, the yellow bars lined up, the white bars lined up, the blue lined up. Then we get to the middle yellow bar. And what's weird about this is it's actually bigger on one jersey. The one side, you can see on the right side, that yellow bar is bigger. Then we get into blue, white, and then yellow again. And that bottom yellow line actually looks like it could potentially be smaller as well than the one on the right. But even let's just say it's the same. The middle ones are definitely different, and it throws off the rest of the lines, as you guys can clearly see in the video here. Now, what makes this very, very weird, like I said, I have one that's 46 and one that's 50. You would think the smaller lines, the one on the left here, you would think that would be the size 46, because in order to fit the sleeve or fit the striping on the smaller sleeve, you think maybe they squished it down a little bit than what it normally is. No, the photo on the left, the smaller squished striping is actually the size 50 prime green, and the photo on the right that actually has the bigger middle yellow stripe is the size 46 Climalite, which is super weird in my opinion. Like I said, I would think it would be the other way around, and then it would kind of be justified, but here it isn't. So now it makes me wonder, is this just my jersey, or is this actually how they are? Because maybe one of my jerseys, either my prime green or my size 46, are messed up. I mean, it's possible, but either way, this was the biggest change I had. Now I have another photo. I did try it with the torso, the bottom of the jersey, and they actually do line up exactly the same. So I can't see them shrinking it down on the sleeve on purpose and not shrinking it down on the torso, which makes it very, very weird. But this is the biggest difference I noticed. Otherwise, jerseys are pretty much the exact same. You know what you're going to get. All prime green jerseys, like I said, are going to be thinner. That's all of them. It's not just Buffalo's. Most of them have better detailed logos. This one really didn't. It had pretty much 99.9% the exact same logo. So if you guys are thinking about upgrading your Buffalo Sabres jersey to have a better logo, it's not worth it. It's really the exact same. So there you guys have it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I do have some jerseys I plan on upgrading to prime green potentially in the future, and if I do so, I will make another comparison video. If this is your first video you guys have watched from me, it would mean a lot if you guys subscribe and show support on the video by hitting the like button. We're on the road to 800 subscribers, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.